Hello there. Welcome to another session of GMA Coaching. Today we're going to talk about expansion in your organization, in your church, in your ministry, even your business. My name is Eric Daniel, and I am excited today to talk to you about this new challenge that an organization can experience from expansion, from growth. Every opportunity for growth leads to a new opportunity to solve a problem to solve. For example, when I first came to Hillside Church, 20 years ago now, pretty small church, not a lot of ministry happening. It was just myself and a youth pastor. And so it was easy to keep track of the tables, the chairs, the whiteboards, all those things. Well, I'll never forget about 3 years maybe into ministry at the church, we were in a staff meeting and there was some tension around rooms not being reset. One of the staff members couldn't find the whiteboard. It was quite funny because, like I said, 3 years earlier, everybody knew where the whiteboard was because there was only one person. There was only two people using it, or the tables and chairs. It was in that staff meeting that we solved a new problem, and that is the management of facilities. Before the church was growing to a new level of maturity, we didn't have to have a facility agreement on how a room was preset. But now as the church grew, we had a new problem because more people were using the facility. It was just one of those funny moments when you recognize that expansion or growth always leads to a new challenge to solve. My hope in this video tutorial is that you will relax and that you will get accustomed to this rhythm of a new idea leading to new growth in your organization, which leads to a season of plateau where you have to solve the new problem that's creating the plateau or the hindrance of future growth. And this is going to repeat itself over and over and over again for the life of your work and your ministry. Now, I have a graphic that I want you to look at, and it's going to show you this repeated principle or movement of growth in your organization. Things are going to expand. That new idea, if it's the right idea, that new idea is going to launch your ministry into a season of explosive growth. I know it seems silly, the idea I just gave you about a whiteboard and tables and chairs, but the reality is, if you want your ministry to grow, you have to eliminate frustration. I had staff, I had volunteers that were becoming frustrated at the cause of the ministry growing. Now, if you can't minimize that frustration of a leader, they're going to eventually quit. So it actually is a pretty significant problem to solve. Let me give you another one. Let's say you have 10, 20 kids in your children's ministry program. You may be using one room, two rooms. Maybe you don't even have a full-time children's pastor yet. As the ministry grows, as a result of the right decisions you make, you're going to have 40, 50, 60, 80 kids. That's only going to create a new challenge for you to solve. Hiring a children's pastor, perhaps, a new room use, new room configuration, maybe even the need for a building project, depending on the size of your facility. Problem after problem is going to present itself as a result of the growth or the expansion of your organization. This is something you as a leader need to become familiar with and comfortable with. Every season of growth leads to a new problem to solve. I want you to look at this graph because you'll notice that there's a season of confusion where the old idea is beginning to plateau and hopefully a new idea is intersecting and beginning to launch. Now, the sooner you can launch that new idea, that solution to the problem, the smaller that season of confusion can be for your organization. This is critical. Sometimes churches, ministries, businesses will really flounder, just lack direction in this season of confusion. And the longer you hold on to an old idea, the more challenging it will become in this season of confusion. I'd like you to look at the graph again and see how in the season of plateau, you're also going to have a season of lost fruit. Let me give you another example of a growth challenge being presented as a result of your ministry growing. Budgeting would be another issue that will surface at some point in your ministry. When there's one or two, maybe one staff member, two staff members, a couple of volunteers, the budget's fairly easy to navigate. But as the ministry grows, not only in staffing, but also in volunteers, you need to solve that budgeting challenge. I'll never forget the day I realized that 1, 2, 3 staff members who had $10,000, $15,000 budgets, and they were coming into my office and asking me if they could buy a $20 thank you gift for a volunteer. And I realized, wow, we have a new problem to solve. If they're having to come to me and ask as the senior pastor to spend $20 when I've given them a $15,000 budget, that's a problem to solve. I needed to intervene early, and I needed to bring a new solution to release them to spend the money within their budget as appropriate. You loosen up a bottleneck like that, and boy, your ministry can really take off. I wanted to share this graph with you because understanding this graph will really set you up to keep your ministry growing and expanding. If you get caught up in holding on to the past, that new problem is going to destroy you. Maybe a season of plateau, it'll look okay, it'll look fine for a season, but eventually there will be decline. You need to solve that problem early as possible, launching a new idea, a new initiative to keep the growth and the momentum growing in your church. Hey, at GMA, we would love to help you work this out. We'd love to help you implement it, but I know you can do it as well on your own. I'm praying for you. I know God has success for you, and so I just believe His Spirit will lead you and guide you. Again, my name's Eric with GMA Coaching. If we can be of help to you, visit our website, reach out to us, and let us know what we can do for you.